Hi, it's a Lipstick Gal. Thanks for watching today. I wanted to do a full face of makeup from a brand I just have had small samples of from my Birchbox, and the brand is Trestique. So I've been slowly collecting over the last maybe month and a half, a little of this, a little of that, until I had enough to do a full face, and I thought it would be fun. The whole idea of this brand is to make makeup application easy, and I want to see if their products really deliver on that. So thank you for watching today, and if you haven't already, would you please subscribe? All right, I've already prepped my face with some of my sunscreen. I wear it every single day. This one is by Crayon. It's called the Beach Shield. It's my absolute favorite. And this is what I've got next. This is their Tint, Moisturize, and Blend Face Stick. This is in their lightest shade. I think there's only 3, maybe 4 shades. This is the shade Cape Cod Stone. So on one end, you have this giant foundation stick or tint stick, and on the other, we have a sponge. And so I'm going to do my best today to apply it and blend it with what's given here. I don't know if I'll need a lot or a little. This is the Tint and Moisturize stick. I thought I would put on more because I thought maybe I need a little bit more than just a tint of this, and I'm going to use the sponge on the other side. This is really quite a stiff sponge. I wonder if it would be better if I got it wet. So, got a little spray bottle of water here. Got it wet. It's not any better. I wonder if it'd be easier to blend with just my fingers. I feel like it's giving a very natural look to the skin. My concern is, since they don't have a powder in their line, whether this is going to stay throughout the day. Or maybe it's not meant to stay so you can reapply when you need to, but then you'd have to take everything with you. I'm going to put just a little bit more coverage here. I feel like the sponge kind of ate some of it up before I decided to use my fingers, so I'm just going to blend this in here. I feel like my skin just looks lightly perfected, but still very skin-like. I like that. So there are 2 items that I have that are full-size Trestique items that I got in my Boxycharm. Everything else I have in minis. One came in this set here like this, and the others I picked up individually. I didn't want to get the full size until I was sure whether I was going to like these products or not. So in this mini set that came with this little mini travel pouch, which is really kind of cool, it has a mirror on the inside. And I think that if you're in a rush, you could probably use this very small little tiny mirror to do your face. But this set came with a highlight, a blush, a matte lipstick, a brow pencil, and an eyeliner. The one thing it did not come with was bronzer, which I picked up, a concealer stick, and an eyeshadow. So I think next I'm going to put on the concealer. They don't have a lot of shades for concealer. They don't have hardly any. This is their lightest shade. It's called Porcelain. And there's you get the full size, you get some sort of a tool on the opposite end. The minis don't have tools on the other ends, but I don't know that this is going to do me many favors in the under eye department, but we're going to do our best. And where I plucked a few stray eyebrows before we started. A little red there. Doesn't really look like much though, does it? Wow. Just start blending it in. I almost feel like this concealer is just a hair darker than the tinted foundation, moisturize, whatever stick. This part of my face look a little darker after I put this concealer on. I just am curious. I want to swatch these side by side. I was right. So the concealer stick is right here, and this is the foundation tinted stick. It's strange to know that the concealer is actually darker, and these are both the lightest shades they offer in this line. And I don't know whether they were going with a concealer that has a little bit more of a pinky orange tint to it to help conceal under eye circles, but I don't really feel like it's that helpful. So I'm just going to tap a little bit of the foundation under my eyes. Maybe brighten it a little bit. Just use what's on the back of my hand. From there, let's put on some bronzer. I have the shade Brazilian Bronze. This is their baby bronzer. Looks like this. I kind of wonder if it would, I'm wondering that if I put it straight on my face, if I draw it on, is it going to disturb the foundation below? I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand like this and pick it up with my finger Since I don't have any way to apply this, this might be the safest way. So I'm just going to grab some of this and tap it in this way. I don't know if there is a brush on the back side of the full-size bronzer. I feel like these creamy products blend really well together, but my concern is what sort of longevity am I going to get out of this throughout the day. All right, so I'm going to put the lid back on my bronzer here and go on to the blush. The blush shade I have is Bora Coral. I think I'm just going to do this and tap it on like this. I've had enough problems in the past with thicker products like this. These have a slightly thicker feel to them, where if I put them directly on my skin, I feel like I end up picking up whatever is beneath. And this sheer tinted moisturized stick is so very lightweight compared to the rest of this that I really feel like it might disturb whatever kind of foundation layer I have down. It's a pretty color, very natural. This is definitely a no fuss sort of makeup. This would be the sort of thing that maybe I could see taking with me because it blends so easily. It'd be easy to do if I was on public transportation or in the car, if my husband was driving and I needed to get a quick little added color to my face. This is definitely not going to bring you your full glam type of look, but I think it would be good for a more of a no makeup kind of day. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from this. This may not be your version of no makeup. Kind of getting there for mine though. The next thing I'm going to add on is this highlight. This is the lightest. They have two shades of highlight. This is the Maldives Luminescent Mini Highlight Stick. And the shade here is really quite pretty. It's very light, but let's put some on our fingers and tap it in. You know what? This one isn't as thick as the bronzer or the blush. This feels more like the same texture as the moisturizing tinted stick. What is it actually called? Tint, Moisturize, and Blend Face Stick. This is a very pretty but subtle highlight. Well, it's a very pretty look. It's a very dewy, glowy look, and still it doesn't look very heavy-handed. I feel like you can still very clearly see my dark circles. But I don't think that the concealer that they offer is going to be the high coverage. Neither is this tinted stick to really give you like a full glam. It's just basically to very even out your foundation. All right, from here, what should we do? Let's do some eyes. So when I was picking a cream eyeshadow shade, I didn't want to pick like a light brown or a nude shade or a light shimmery pink. I wanted to pick something with actual color. And this is their mini shadow crayon, and the shade is Aspen Pine. So it's a little bit darker. And as you blend it out, it has more of a kind of a mossy green look to it. I'm just gonna put some of this on. You know what, I'm wondering if I could use some bronzer as well as some highlight along with this to kind of create a three-eye look, but my concern is maybe that the textures are different because they're meant for different parts of the face, and that, you know, things that are meant to be a little bit more glowy and dewy would end up kind of making my eye, I don't know, kind of crease. So I'm gonna use just this today. I've been thinking about this, going, should I do it? Should I do it? I want to give it a really fair shake. So I'm just gonna use this all over the lid and we'll blend it out. I don't know if you can tell, but this has the very slightest little hint of shimmer in it. Boy, I don't know when enough is enough and too much is too much. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. This is usually not the type of one shadow look I would do. I usually like something that has a little bit more shimmer to it, but this is a little bit darker than what I would normally do. But we'll go with it today. Eyeliner. This is their Mini Eye Pencil in Santorini Black Sands. Oh, I don't frequently use just a plain black liner, but it's what we've got. So let's put some on. I feel like I'm going to cheat a little bit. I really want to get some of this like right into my lashes. I feel like these products are creamy enough that if I were to use this in my upper waterline, I would have smudging everywhere. So I'm going to use this really teeny tiny, this is the number 8 by Wayne Goss little teeny tiny push liner pencil, brush, not pencil, and I'm going to grab some of the color from the pencil, and then I'm just going to shove it into my lashes. I feel like this is something you could probably only do if you had all your brushes with you. I have never spent this much time using 2 cream products on my eyes. A gel pencil and a cream shadow. Oh my goodness. It's been really futzy. And I think a lot of it has to do with the way I like to have my makeup look. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw on some mascara. The one thing I will tell you is Trestique does make this Good Vibes mascara that comes with this curler. I've tried it before. I've lost some lashes in the process, as well as getting a gap where it's only a half curler, so you can curl one half and then the other half of your lashes, and then that middle section, it kind of splits. So I never use this. I'm just going to use my regular lash curler, and then we're going to put on the Good Vibes mascara. I have already fallen in love with this mascara. I like the formula. I like the brush. I think it wears well. I don't like the curler. The curler is the only aspect of this that I don't like. And I know so many of these Trestique items that are full size come with something at the other end, either an applicator or a brush of some sort. And, you know, the half curler made sense for this, but I've never been able to successfully make it curl my lashes. It can pull a few of them out, but I never get a strong enough curl that the mascara doesn't weigh it down. The one thing I do know about this mascara is now that the weather is warming up, and I've worn it on a day before where I was wearing only cream products, and I put it on my lower lash line and it transferred. This doesn't transfer when I have my under eyes set with powder. Since I'm not setting them today, I'm not going to put this on the lower lash line. I just feel like that would be unfair because it would mix with the cream concealer that we have on under there. It's going to be an interesting look though, not having anything on the lower lashes. And I think it was this mascara that kind of tipped the scales in the whole, maybe I should try more Trestique products. I did get a full-size lip glaze in a Boxycharm. It was maybe February-ish, January, February-ish. And then this mascara came in, was it June's box? I really liked it. So that was, after I got this in June, I was like, you know what? I'm curious. It's time to put on some of their mini brow pencil. This is the shade Americano. It's one of those pencils that it has more of a kind of a triangular shape to it. It doesn't have, I know that the full size comes with a brow gel in it. This one doesn't have it, or a spoolie. So I'm just gonna use my own spoolie to brush my brows up, and then we'll fill in where we need it. I wish that their mini also came with the brow gel, because then I'd really see whether this product would work well for me. But as you can see, I have very little color halfway out. This guy's got a little bit more, but I've got a really darker front half of the brow. And so the brow pencil for me is usually, anytime I fill in my brows, it's usually for like halfway out and out, down to the tail. I feel like this blends really well with the spoolie. I like the color of it in my brows. I feel like it's a good color for me. And I feel like it goes on fairly quick and easy. I always have like a little gap right here. Just gonna put a little more there. I'll keep going, they're gonna meet in the middle. That's not what I'm going for. So I'm gonna give them one less brush. The last thing is a lip product. And this mini here is their mini matte lip crayon in the shade Florence Fig. This came in the set that came in this little black pouch, but the full size product that I got is the lip glaze. The lip glaze has a little mini balm on one side. I'm going to put that on. And then trying to decide whether I want to use this. I do love that all of their full size products have the magnetic closure. That to me just makes my heart ridiculously happy, but the minis don't have it. So this has it here. I like that. I don't know, let's see if we can try the Florence Fig. It's a shade I haven't tried yet. It's a pretty shade. I know that if I put mascara on the lower lashes without setting it, it's just gonna smudge. So I'm gonna use a little bit of this. This is Milani's Prep Set and Glow. I'm just gonna put a little bit underneath my eyes, and then throw a little mascara on because they look a little strange to me this way. Not a lot, just a little. I'm going to add just a little more mascara to my bottom lashes. I don't have any yet, but I feel like my eyes are looking a little out of balance. I'm hoping that's going to help me look a little more normal. I feel like this is a really natural, glowy look. And this really is a very minimalist approach to makeup. They're all cream products. They're easy to put on, easy to blend. But you know what's funny is and maybe because I don't wear all cream products all the time, or I'd never used these, I wasn't sure how they were going to apply, so I was a lot more hesitant and a lot more careful than I would normally be. And I'm interested to see what happens, especially to the eye makeup. Oh, I already have a little bit of creasing from the eyeshadow stick. Hasn't been that long. This is the little travel bag they have for their minis, but they have one that's taller that fits their full-size products. I feel like the construction of this is really nice. It's a little neoprene case. It does have that little mirror on the top. I think it might be difficult to do my makeup in such a tiny mirror, but you know, if you had the full-size one, it might make it a little bit easier, but the zipper is nice. It's a metal zipper, and I'm not really worried about it wearing out quickly. I feel like this could last for a really long time. And there's even the little Trestique name on the zipper pull. I think it's super, super cute. I feel like this lipstick is very nondescript. I think I'm going to throw on a little bit of the lip glaze because this shade is a little darker. This one is called English Rose. More my shade. I feel like at this point I need just a hair more blush too. Overall, I think these products gave a very lovely look. The one concern I have is how the eye makeup is going to wear with that black liner and that green. Oh, look. Do you see this? My mascara touched up there, and because it's a cream product, it already smudged. I normally have powder shadows on when I wear this mascara. I've never worn this mascara with cream products, and I can already see how, oh, this is gonna be an interesting day. To show you the time, it's 11:08 in the morning right now. I don't know how long this is gonna last. I don't always get more than like about 5 or 6 hours out of cream products before they require a touch-up. But the only thing I'm going to touch up today will be my lip product, because that's what I normally touch up throughout the day, is just my lips. I don't normally go around working with my under eyes or my eyeshadow. If anything, I might, you know, like if it's starting to smear, I might like wipe it this way. But I don't actually go in with any sort of tool, short of a Q-tip. Sometimes I'll use a Q-tip to just kind of like clean up the corners and edges. So I think these are the two things you might be able to expect to see me getting into today. So I wanted to do a check-in. It's 3:51 right now, and look at this. As I'm looking at this, if I'm looking in my mirror, I see a lot of transfer up into here. I feel like with my eyes open, my lashes have been touching, and right where my lashes have been touching, I have some gray smudging here. I also have a lot of creasing right along in here and in here. And then this giant spot here, and I have another little bit here. I feel like I also have some smudging through here. I just can't go the rest of the day looking like this, so I'm gonna clean it up really quick and I'll check in at the end of my day. But it's been about 4.5 hours right now, maybe 4 hours and 20 minutes since I first put this on. I'll check back with you again at the end of the day. So check-in, final check-in, it's 11:31 at night. It's been 12 hours and 15 minutes in this face of makeup today. I'm looking at it up close and I see that I have some streaks going on right here. I also have some, like right in this area, what looks like little dark chunks collecting. And I don't know whether that's the eyeshadow, because you can see a very distinct line in the crease here, or whether it's crumbles of mascara. Looking over the rest of my face, it doesn't really look like I have any highlight, blush, or bronzer on anymore. I feel like my whole face is worn off. The only thing left right now is like the mascara, the eyeliner, and the brows. I have some really mixed feelings. I definitely want to try this with the powder and see how that works. And I loved the way the highlight looked. It looked very glowy and very beautiful, but I don't know whether it's one of those that's going to need to be touched up. I know that 12 hours is a lot to expect from cream products, but I was hoping for a little bit more. I think the largest disappointment is this green eyeshadow. I feel like out of all of the things, just the creasing that I have going on here, like, can you see it? Just kind of, oh yeah, it's probably the most disappointing in all of this. I do like the lip colors. I do like the lip glaze, the full-size lip glaze that I got, better than the matte lip color. The matte lip color is nice, but it made my lips feel dry, because as I reapplied throughout the day, I reapplied this, and my lips got a little dry and flaky. It doesn't happen as much when I'm wearing this. I do know that I like the formula of the mascara. I feel like I had problems with the mascara today because there was nothing to set my cream products. And since this is supposed to be tint, moisture, and blend, since it's adding moisture to the face, and then the rest of these products, I think they had enough moisture in them that I was getting that transfer that I showed you like 4.5 hours into it, like right up and through here. And I felt like this black eyeliner, I think what I was seeing, like kind of a little puddle right here. And the funny thing is, normally if I end up with anything puddling, it's usually on my left side, because my left side is my leaky eye. I had a lot going on here, and I feel like I still do. And I feel like it's probably more the black liner than the mascara. So I definitely feel like the concealer is not a good option for me. It's not opaque enough, doesn't give me enough coverage, and it's definitely too dark for my skin tone, even though it's labeled porcelain. I also feel like this mini shadow crayon is not suitable to what I'm expecting an eyeshadow to do. And this liner, I felt like it out of all the black liners I have that are kind of more of this gel pencil form, this one performs the worst out of all of them. I think out of all of these, the two things that I like the most, I do like the mascara, not the curler, but the formula and the wand, and I do like the brow pencil. I feel like the brow pencil, like out of everything that I have going on, that is still very solidly on. I do like their lip glaze, but out of all of the lipsticks that I have, it's probably not my favorite. It is one that I enjoy using. I like the color, and I like that there's a balm on the other end. I guess it's a primer. It's not my favorite out of all of my lipsticks. It's not one that I reach for more than anything else. I don't know. I'm almost wondering if like this whole brand is more of a miss for me. I'm going to try things again. You might see me incorporating some of these and other get readies with me, but a lot of this was a little bit more of a letdown. And I keep coming back to, maybe it's unfair to expect cream products to last 12 hours, but I don't even feel like they did well for a third of that time, for 4 hours. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Let me know if you had any experience with Trestique products, if you have any favorites, if maybe I need to try some of the ones that I have in a different way. I would definitely love to hear what your thoughts are on this. Thank you for watching today. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you again later.